all, yes. Without lawful authority, intentionally carries, sends, or moves nuclear material into or out of a country. Yes. 4. Knowingly uses force or threatens or places another in fear that any person other than the actor will imminently be subject to bodily injury. Yes. You know, all the times that you radiated my food. Oh. Now, I made, oh, look at this. The nuclear byproduct material means any material containing any radioactive isotope. Ouch! Created through an irradiation process in the operation of nuclear reactor or accelerator. Yes. Now, the term international organization means a public international organization. Yeah. Oh, created pursuant to a treaty, other agreement under international law. And then the term serious bodily injury means bodily injury which involves substantial risk of death, extreme physical pain, protracted and obvious disfigurement, or protracted loss or impairment of the function of bodily member, organ, or mental faculty. Yes. Now, I know. You had to have your zoo, did you? You said you had a heater? Oh, and you thought, well, we'll just radiate large blocks of metal and then we'll put it in the... Well, I actually had to take the ambulance one night to the hospital. I remember I was staying at a friend's house. Weave. And somebody had radiated the sugar on the ham. Ooch, the brown sugar. Oh. And I was eating some food that was left there because he had gotten married, and I was sure that it was actual radiation. Now, I've suffered a lot of bodily injury, extreme physical pain. You ever been in a McDonald's where your mother calls them and says, "Oops, we'll just send some radiation through the telephone system." Ouch. And you get this sensitivity. It's a light sensitivity where you can't be in the sunlight. Causes extreme amounts of nausea, vomiting, and all kinds of other problems. And the only way to get rid of it really is to drink immense amounts of water so as to wash it out of your stomach. Yes. Now, I know. The can. Do you remember all the radiation right now? Now, somebody said that 3 or 4 years ago we were going to go solar glare. Yes, all organic. Yes. And the drought that we've experienced as a nation, that you were going to use solar glare satellites. Yes, to grow corn, as in popcorn. Pooh! Little personal tennis ball satellites that use solar radiation instead of just... Could you get me the family satellite system again? All the mini satellites, not the big ones, the small ones? Yes. And that well, I'm absolutely sure about the bodily injury that I've suffered. Now, I contacted the state and they acted like it wasn't a crime, but somebody wanted to grow corn using solar radiation instead of... Well, it actually takes water to grow corn, and as difficult as it is to believe, yes, anytime you radiate anything that's being consumed by any citizen of the United States of America, it's documented, okay? I told you I wanted my rights enforced. You had to be total assholes because your dog's testicles were more important. Now, you remember the zoo monster family? Oh. And your top secret radiation? I found out in the U.S. Code that it's actually against the law to have any possession of any radioisotope. So. Now, today, I've been wanting to talk to Marilyn. Yes, my 5 sons. Yes, and I really did spend a lot of time, didn't I? Oh, watching some clone TV. You know, when you put radiation through a local area network of television stations for those... Well, as the crime victim, yes, the victim of law enforcement, I'm wanting to know every asset of all of those that have a dog in the military. Yes. And then every dog in their local city where they just had to be on each other. Yes. Now, Is it a dog eat dog world? You're going to keep me homeless and refuse to enforce the actual laws of the United States. And you're not going to admit that you kidnapped my sons right now. I'm going to sue the Treasury of the United States for every